Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel for another exciting fun-filled episode on this Passagemaker Dingy build series. We've got lots to do, so let's get at it. Alright, so I was perusing through the manual again to see where we were at, just to give me a little bit of break from sanding and everything. And I remember seeing this and I went back and read through it. You know, one of the things it talks about down here, if don't install deck plates, you should fit the sealed tanks with small drain plugs to equalize pressure when the boat is stored and prevent moisture from condensing from the trapped air. Yeah, seems like a pretty good thing you ought to do. In fact, I don't know why they don't include at least the plugs, because you can just put a small plug in, or you can put the access ports in, these deck plates. You can put these in instead. This gives you a little bit more well, it gives you access, a little bit better access to the sealed aft and forward bulkhead spaces, and you know, it gives you a little bit of room for storage in there too. I'll have to, now that I think about it, it would have been nice to put some, you know, like on the aft one, or wherever this one is at, it would have been nice to put maybe a couple of dividers or something, or little cubby holes or something in there while you're building the boat. That would have been a real good thing to suggest there, CLC boats, but a little too late for that now, so I'm not going to worry about it. Yeah, so I went ahead and purchased the right from CLC boats at they weren't too bad. I can't remember how much they were. It doesn't seem like they were maybe $25-$30 a piece. But anyways, these are 6-inch plastic deck plates that you put in. They screw in. I've got one out of the package here, but you know, it just screws in, and we put screws in around the outside, put in nice sealant when embed it all in. The other thing is that on this one they actually tell you, none of the other ones they tell you to do this, but seal the end grain of the holes with 2 coats of unthickened epoxy, and then I want you to bed it in clear silicone caulk and fasten in place with stainless steel wood screws. So good. So these are pretty big. These are 6-inch diameter, so it takes a pretty big saw. So or another method to cut these. So let me get you set up and I'll show you what we got going on here. Alright, not sure how well this is going to work. It's, you guys mentioned before, it's pretty difficult filming underneath here. So anyways, I don't even know if you'll be able to see it, but I've got I've already went ahead and measured the center, both side to side and up and down, is pretty close to being right there. So I'm going to start with a pilot hole here. I don't even know what size bit this is, but it's smaller than what I'm going to end up using, that's for sure. I just want to get a decent pilot hole in here. Yep, I should have, this is definitely one of the things that you should do early on. In fact, I think if I was going to do it again, I would do it before I even put the bulkheads in. But and then, like I said, I'd probably go ahead and think about putting some, you know, some little cubby holes or something, little dividers or something on the inside of the sealed bulkhead there to get a little bit more useful storage there. But anyway, so this is what it is. We'll keep on moving. Now, in order to cut the hole for this, let me show you. So this plate, this deck plate, is going to sit, you know, something like that in there, so we got to cut a 6-inch hole here. So a couple ways to do that. You know, we could make a circle and use a jigsaw to try to cut it out, or maybe try to get a router, but don't really have enough room in here to get the router around. Could do the circle, draw the circle, and then drill a bunch of holes around it. Could do that, or Or we could get the mother of all hole saws. the Big Mama hole saw here. It's a 6-inch hole saw. I got it off of Amazon. I think it was I don't know, $20 or something like that. Anyways, and I've got it. I got it on the big old 1/2-inch drill here. It's going to be quite the chore to get this lined up here and hold this up. So let's see if we can get this in here in the pilot hole. All right. Woohoo! Well, that's not too bad. Oh heck, that looks pretty decent. I got a nice little circle of plywood here. All right, good deal. I wonder how close that is. Let's take a look here. All right, yep, nice. Gives me enough wiggle room. Sawdust make me sneeze. Anyways, gives me enough, just a little bit of wiggle room there. So that's just about perfect for putting some epoxy in here. I'll probably clean up the inside. Didn't have hardly any tear out on it, but I'll just go ahead and clean that up a little bit. Probably vacuum out inside here, and we'll get some. While I'm out here doing some sanding, I might as well just go ahead and put a couple of coats of unthickened epoxy on this one, and I still got to do the front one. But yeah, that came out real nice. I think that'll do. That will do just fine. Yep, good deal. All right, let me get you set up, and we'll do the front one. The front one is a little bit different, but we'll show you that here in a minute. All right, now in the front section here, because of the take apart bulkhead, you can't really put an inspection port here that would go through the two bulkheads. So they recommend you putting it on the deck here, and you can't really put it in the middle because remember we've got this mast support that comes out to around in here somewhere. So you don't want to put it on the center line here, because the mast support would be in the way. And they show in the picture that it's offset to one side. They don't really give you any measurements. So I just went ahead and picked a point over here that looks like it's good enough ways away from the side here and this bulkhead here. And also it's pretty close to being in line with the doubler, because remember when we put this in and we put that screw in, there's actually another doubler that sits right in here somewhere. So we'll put this here, and the center will be right around here, and it should come out to about here. But yeah, I wish they'd give you a little bit better measurements on this one here on the front deck. But we'll go ahead and give this a shot, and maybe we'll have to fix it, but hopefully we'll get it in the right spot. All right, hopefully you can see this. I got the spot right there marked. Get the pilot hole again here. This one's going to be a little bit more difficult here. Maybe not. Alrighty. That wasn't too bad. And where did let me try to make sure that fits. It should fit just fine. Yep, good deal. So I'll mix up, today I'll mix up just a real small batch of, you know, I think I'm going to do first though, is I still got quite a bit of sanding to do. So I think I'll do the sanding first, get started on that. And then when I burn, when I sand through the epoxy in enough places, I already see one or two spots that I'll have to do. Once I have enough for, to do a small batch of epoxy, then I'll go ahead and do these. But I'll get these cleaned up, and we'll, yeah, this has got a lot of room in it. Yeah, it would have been nice to put some kind of cubby holes or some hooks or something in there. I'll have to think about that. If you guys got any ideas on how I can make use of this storage space, let me know in the comments down below. We'll pause here. I'm going to be doing some sanding here over the next few days, like I said, and then we'll do some epoxying for these and any other spots that I do, and hopefully within a week or two we'll be putting some more primer down. Alrighty then, so I'm done with this first round of sanding on the interior here with the 220 grit over everything. You can see a couple spots, or quite a few spots that I've actually gone through. But I did check with Total Boats yesterday, and you can put the other topside primer right over top of the two-part primer, as long as it's sanded and cleaned real well. So that's what I'm going to do. I just noticed, is that not just dust? Yes, I keep seeing things and it's just dust that needs to be taken care of. And now you can see there's some spots, maybe you can get in here and see. At some point I got to remind myself that I'm not making a coffee table, I'm making a boat, and I'm going to be using the boat. so we're getting pretty close to the point of, yeah, it looks good enough, and I don't want to do any more sanding. I think we're already past that point. So like I said, I've already done the interior here. Geez, I didn't even vacuum that off there. So the only parts I've got left are the back and front seats. Now it's kind of, might be able to do it. Let me just check one thing here. Yeah, even with my little stool down low, I can't really sit up straight here. So I've got to either figure out how I'm going to raise this up higher, which I could probably do with the pulleys, but then it's going to be swinging all over the place, or flip it over and do it right side up. And maybe I'll do that. I still got to clean up this side of the edge here, between the two take apart sides. Yeah, let me think about it a little bit here. But anyways, yeah, so I'm still making progress, slowly but surely, making some progress on this. The shop's a mess. The shed out here looks like a bomb went off. Yep, pretty bad. Anyways, let me figure out what I'm going to do next, and we'll be back when I do. All right, been a couple days since I recorded last, so I figured I'd better give you an update here. So I'd actually turned the boat over, and then when I went to do the seats, the interface between the front section and the back section, I was having trouble on this side with the that darn silicone that I put in. So I was like, well, you know, I better go ahead and fix that mistake right now. So after many hours and lots of cuss words, I got the boat back apart, and I've got most of the silicone off on both sides now. This front section, I had tried to use, I scraped most of it off, and then I tried using this Goo Gone, and I can still feel some areas where I think I've got some silicone left. So it seems to work best is scraping it and then sanding it. And then the sand, when you sand it, you can see the spots that are that still have silicone, or you can feel them and just go ahead and scrape them. To scrape them, I was actually using, where'd it go? I was using the one of those cabinet scrapers, whatever I did with it. It's around here somewhere, and and a chisel. Just using the chisel to kind of scrape it like that. Just using the flat edge, almost like a scraper. So that's worked pretty good. It's just taken a while. So yeah, so I still got work to do on this guy. Like I said, I can feel there's still areas of silicone. So I think I'm gonna end up having to sand it. And since I'm gonna sand it, I might as well do the whole thing. And it's kind of sad because I've got the real nice peel ply texture on here now. And this will be the part that the rubber gasket gets glued onto, and I was hoping to leave this nice texture. I might actually, once I sand it down and get rid of the silicone, maybe I'll come back and put another layer of epoxy down with another layer of peel ply on top of it. I haven't got that far yet. But first, the next thing, so I did get this side cleaned up pretty good. Real good, in fact. I'm pretty happy with it. So this side I scraped and scraped with whatever I thought I was using X-Acto and the cabinet scraper and the chisel. And I think I'm pretty happy with getting this out. But now, so what I want to do now is fix the back side of these. So remember, we put these in, and I think it was we were blind on this side or something the way I did it. So I just want to come back and fill these in. So I'll just use the little dowels with the with the packing tape on them. Put them in there. We'll put some thickened epoxy here and try to get it smushed in there real good and smooth it out, and then hopefully we can come back tomorrow and sand that down, because then what I want to do is on this side here I want to use the I've still got some of that two-part barrier coat, so I want to put 3 coats on here, so that'll take a while, but that'll be after we get get these backside of these through holes with the nylon bushing in them. We'll get those fixed up first. So let me get you set up. I'll go ahead and record that, and then we'll see where we end up at here. All right, got my epoxy, got everything cleaned up, and got the epoxy mixed up just a little bit here, and it is super thick. So hopefully we'll get it in there and won't have to worry about it running out. I'll try using this little small and yep, it's going to take quite a bit of sanding afterwards. Get out one of my fancy chisel sticks here to clean this up. Alright, that should be good enough. Just wanted to flatten it out a little bit. Let me get the other one here. Using that chisel stick seems to do the trick here. Wouldn't surprise me if I have to drill these out again after. In fact, I probably will plan on doing that after I get the dowels out of here. See how it looks, but chances are they'll have to open up those holes just a little bit. All right, good enough. So like I said, I'll be back out tomorrow. We'll do a quick sand on this guy, hopefully get a coat on this, and then maybe I'll start doing some sanding on the front part here this afternoon. So I'll pause here and be back later when we figure out what the heck we're doing. Alright then, it's next day, and let's see if we can get these pegs out of this hole here. Hopefully they come right out just like that. Nice, just a little bit of cleanup. And again on this side. Yep, good deal. Good deal. Real happy with that. Yep, just a little bit of cleanup here. Let me get my yep, just going to use the oscillating tool here. Alright, last thing I want to do is, where are they at? Here they are. So these are some of the bolts that go on the, these are the bolts that go on the other ones here, but we can just make sure that we can, yep, fit through nicely. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Aha. That one is a little bit too tight. It's kind of weird. Maybe that dowel I had there was a little bit smaller. It's all right. We can do this. We can. I forgot about having to do this. What size was that? 9. Is that 9/16? Where'd they go? 5/16. Bet that's what it was. Yep, 5/16. Might as well just go ahead and open them up, both up a little bit. That one didn't hardly need any at all. Just like downtown. Good deal. All right. So now I need to just do some quick cleaning on this guy. The front part, the front section, I've got sanded down and leveled out. The only thing I got left to do for that, because I want to put another coat of epoxy on it with peel ply, and I've got to see if I got some. If I got some peel ply. I should have some peel ply around, and get that piece ready for that. So let me get this cleaned. We'll get set up and we'll paint this and epoxy that, and then I'm hoping this afternoon I can come back out and put a second coat on this, and then tomorrow morning put the third and final coat on it, and then it'll be ready for sanding, and we can take the peel ply off the front side and be a lot closer to getting this darn thing painted. Alright, since this is just a little small area, I'm going to go ahead and just use a brush, and oops, I just found my scraper I was looking for. Anyways, yeah, I just got a small amount here. I'm going to use a brush. If I've got any left over, I'll do the dagger board and the rudder. Still need some more coats on them. I did go ahead and tape around the edge here, this edge up here. I almost probably will make sure I'm tied in there real well, but then I've got tape on the other edges that won't be having this two-part paint on them. I was just thinking I probably ought to put those pegs back in, or put some pegs back in so I don't get paint in those holes. Hopefully they'll go back in here relatively easy. Alright, don't know if that'll help or not, but alright, yeah, and I'm going to just use a brush instead of the roller. I didn't want to get out a roller and everything. I'll just go ahead and do a brush on this and see how that goes. Oops, I got these other holes down here. Well, I'm not going to worry about it right now. Might have wanted to use a roller here. The getting it on and then moving it around, this, you don't really get a chance to move this around. You put it on and it's pretty much where it's going to go. It's not a lot of, you get a chance to work it like you normally would. Good thing this will be this end here will probably never be seen unless the boat's taken apart, so I guess I'm not gonna worry about it too much. Well, I guess it'll sand out. It'll eventually sand out, yeah, I'm not gonna. This is kind of weird paint that you unless you got paint to put down, you can't really drag the paint anywhere, so it kind of goes where you put it. Kind of weird. All right, anyways, I got some left over. I'm gonna go ahead and probably do the rudder assembly a little bit more, and then I do have the peel ply cut out for the front section. I'm gonna take it in and iron it, get it nice and smooth. So I'll pause here and we'll be back in a little bit. All right then, so I've gone ahead and cleaned everything off here. I've got the peel ply all ready to go. I've leveled this off, so it's mostly level both ways here. And I didn't mask anything off, but I think I just realized I might want to put something, yeah. Hopefully I've got some more of those pegs. I got one, I got two. I didn't mask anything off because everything's got to be sanded anyways. So good. So those will be done. Yep. So good. Yes, like I said, didn't mask anything off because everything's got to be sanded. If I've got any left over, even though this is the flag resin, I might go ahead and do the big hole here. There's a couple of spots through here that probably need a little bit more. But anyways, let's get at it. Time's a wasting, and it's starting to get a little warm here, so I'm not real happy about how warm it's getting here today. All right, let's get this peel ply on next, and then we'll see how much we have left over. All right, let's see here. How did I do this? I did this in a somewhat smart way. I know I did. Apparently I didn't. Jeez. All right. Oops, and I didn't leave those, didn't cut out for those two holes there either, for the two pegs. All right, that's all right. We can get around that here, I hope. Let's just see if we can cut a slit. Thin roller here first. All right, not looking too bad. Let me just get a little bit more epoxy. I think we got one dry spot here. There's some, I actually got some paint on this top side of the peel ply in a couple spots. That's those white spots there. Jeez, a big old glob of, what the heck am I going to do with this? We'll have some quite a bit of excess on here. I think we're going to bring it right to the front here. Let it drip down. All right, good deal. Let me go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and pause recording here. I'll go ahead and just put a light coat on this guy. I'll crawl on my stomach and get the one on the back part. If you don't hear from me from a couple days, it means I got stuck underneath there. So just come get me. All right then, yep, so I need to get busy editing this video, especially if I want to watch the Super Bowl tonight. So, yeah, so we're going to finish this video here. Probably be 2 or maybe even 3 weeks before another video comes out. I got lots of sanding to do on everything before I can put the topside primer on. And I've also got the other pieces that I need to get ready for priming. The yard, the boom, the rudder cheek assembly. Still got just a ton of prep work and priming to do here before I can even start painting. So I'm not sure how I'm going to tackle it yet. I'm going to leave that front section there, I think, and see how it goes doing the sanding on it, and then decide on the rest of it. But anyways, wanted to say thanks for watching. Thanks for your support. Make sure you're hitting that like button. Please leave me any comments, questions, suggestions down below. Please tell your friends about me, and please subscribe. Everyone, take care and be good.